Welcome to Celebrate a Sister podcast. I'm your host, Emma Walkinshaw. I'm a transformational coach. I'm also the founder of Embody Me program and the creator of 21 Minutes of Morning Magic. You may also find me on the yoga mat leading yoga sessions and also running retreats here in Australia and internationally. Here on the podcast, I bring you some pretty incredible guests. We talk all things self-belief, body acceptance, personal development, outdated beauty standards, and we also call BS on the toxic diet culture, accepting the beautiful bodies we were born into, letting go of all the beliefs, and raising our self-awareness. I also come to you from time to time with a little solo episode, a little Life According to Emma moment. I'm so glad you're here. Enjoy. A big warm welcome to you, my friend. Welcome to Celebrate a Sister podcast. This week is a solo episode. Yes, another little Life According to Emma moment. At the moment, I am extending my studies. I became a life coach in 2013, and at the moment, I am exploring body image coaching. So during this process, I have a coach, and I also work through some modules. I'm learning some great new tools and processes that I cannot wait to share with you all. So the question this week that had me thinking was the question my coach posed to me, and she said, Emma, what is a normal woman's body to you? This had me thinking, what's a normal woman's body to me? And this is a very, very subjective question, or answer, a very subjective answer, I should say, as each one of us is going to have a different ideal. But the first couple of women that or celebrities, influencers that popped into my head was Marilyn Monroe. Then I thought of Nigella Lawson. I thought of Oprah Winfrey. And I was thinking about these incredible women and thinking, how is it that I've measured myself against them? Because I've always been in a curvier body, I lean towards that, thinking that that was a normal woman, as opposed to thinking I look like Elle Macpherson, or thinking Elle Macpherson is a normal body, or Kate Moss, from the 90s. She was that tall, very thin model, because I was leaning towards women who I thought perhaps was more normal, because it was maybe my normal and attainable. But still then, measuring myself against another woman is still not helpful, because we are all unique and we are all individual. But I don't need to tell you that, because you know that. What was alarming, though, the amount of us that think that we don't have a normal body, and we are measuring ourselves and critiquing ourselves. Our inner critic is so harsh. So much so that a survey by Glamour magazine found that 90% of women were admitting to having at least one time a day where they would say, I hate my body. And that is so sad. Is this because we are just constantly rejecting and not honoring our body because we think it's not good enough? I'm not sure what the answer to that is, but I know my answer. And my answer is I often have rejected my body because I felt like it's not normal and it's not good enough. That was the past, Emma. I now have come a long way in my awareness, and I am starting to acknowledge that my body is unique. The images that I have seen in social media and on movies have been airbrushed, have been manipulated, and those women too, if I was sitting in the room with them, potentially would have not as clear a skin as I think they do. They would have perhaps a little soft belly, maybe some cellulite, maybe bags under their eyes, because they are human too. So bringing back that humanness and saying that we all have our shortcomings. Whatever your normal is or your normal is not, you are normal. You get to define this normal. And looking into the images that we've been exposed to, Dove also has done a lot of great study around women and their perception of their body image. A survey by Dove found that only 4% of women in the world considered themselves beautiful, highlighting the gap between self-perception and our constant comparison to celebrity images. So one of the biggest tools in this body image coaching that I'm going through, or one of the biggest awarenesses, is start to curate your feed in your social media. Start to curate what you're exposing yourself to. Do not take it as gospel that the image that you are seeing of this woman is the real deal. I actually love the work that the beautiful Kate Winslet is doing. Kate Winslet is a fabulous actress. She's been very vocal about refusing to have digital alterations to her body in photo shoots. And she's really making a stance again, promoting an unrealistic representation of women in the media and their bodies. And I think this is brilliant. We need to really start to follow these women who are making aging and making perhaps imperfections in our body the normal. There was another study put out, another statistic came out with women over 35 that were particularly influenced again by celebrities. There was a whopping 78% reported that they feel pressure to look younger due to the images of celebrities who are defying age. That was another huge one for me. I spoke just recently, I was on a podcast with my beautiful mentor, Tina Tower, and Tina and I were chatting, and I'm really being challenged about using a filter on Instagram. So often I'll do a story and I have this inkling to put a filter on, because when I look at myself, I go, oh God, you look old, you look tired, you look X, Y, and Z. So I'm actually going to pledge to you all here, I am no longer using filters. I'm just drawing a line in the sand. As I've gone into this, what's a normal woman's body? If I continue to use filters in my stories and in my Instagram, I am then playing into this that I am not enough, that I'm not good enough. So this is my new shift and my new work. And please hold me to this. If you see a filter on me, you need to message me and go, Emma, you've let me down. You're allowed to say that. So then moving forward with how we can keep endorsing and normalizing that it's okay to age and it's okay to be who we are. Following the beautiful Taryn Brumfitt, she is an incredible Australian advocating for body positivity. There's also Milo Hartil, I hope I'm saying that right, who has been an incredible dancer and model, but she's also making a platform to combat against fat phobia and body shaming. So her work is brilliant. Another incredible Australian. Another woman is Chelsea Boner, I spoke about that a couple of podcasts ago about her body image warrior. She is about plus size modeling and also bringing, attention to the AI and manipulating bodies. And she's all for representing larger bodies, which is wonderful. So this week's podcast is really asking you the question, what is a normal woman's body to you? How did you arrive at this ideal? Who's been the biggest influence in your life, or who have been the biggest influences in your life that have had you arrive at measuring your body against? Is it realistic? Are they like superheroes that have been airbrushed, or maybe we've put them on a pedestal and then we are constantly, measuring against someone that we're not seeing the whole picture. I also love, and I've shared this before, the Ho'oponopono prayer. When we start to get really down on our body, and perhaps like the statistics showed that 97% of women are actually having I hate you body moments, reminding ourselves that this body has served you well. It has been your loyal companion. It has never let you down, even when at times we've disrespected it, maybe when we've mistreated it. This beautiful body has always remained strong and loyal to you. So that's our very short but sweet little message this week. Really start to become aware about the story in your head, what is normal, what isn't when you're walking through the streets or visiting with friends and family. What are we filtering here, saying what's normal and what isn't? What is a normal woman's body to you? What's your measuring stick? How did you arrive at this ideal? And I wish you well, friend. I hope that you are kind to your body and you are respecting it, not necessarily loving it because that can be really hard, but at least just treating it with kindness like you would someone you bumped into on the street. Thank you, everybody. Go and have an incredible day. Have you checked out my latest creation? Yes, I am a published author. I've written a book, 365 Days of Morning Magic. Manifest a life you love with clarity, calm, and joy. This little book is a daily guide that helps you set your intentions. I also invite you to join my free group, 21 Minutes of Morning Magic on Facebook, where I gather regularly with you all and we go through a beautiful little process of yoga, some flowetry, setting an intention for the day. So if you'd love to be part of that, click the link below and I hope you enjoy this beautiful little book.